The village was a place of dust and toil. The sun beat down mercilessly. Life was hard. People worked from dawn until dusk. They struggled to survive. The villagers clung to hope. They prayed to idols. They believed these idols would bring them rain. They believed the idols would bring them good fortune. Eli watched his neighbors. He saw their devotion. But Eli felt a growing unease. These idols were lifeless. They were made of wood and stone. They could not answer prayers. Eli longed for something more. He knew there had to be a greater truth. Eli was a simple man. He was a farmer. He worked the land with calloused hands. Eli was known for his kindness. He was known for his honesty. He was a man of few words but great faith. He believed in a God he couldn't see. This God was alive. This God loved him. Eli's faith was a quiet thing. He kept it close to his heart. He didn't preach to others. He didn't judge their beliefs. But he lived his life differently. He treated everyone with respect. He helped those in need. He trusted in God's plan. One day, Eli found something extraordinary. It was a scroll. It was hidden in the fields. He unrolled the scroll carefully. He had never seen anything like it. The words were powerful. They spoke of one true God. They spoke of love and forgiveness. Eli took the scroll home. He showed it to his wife, Miriam. He read the words aloud. He shared his excitement. He shared his hope. He said, "This is the truth I've been searching for." Miriam listened intently. Her heart was touched. Miriam was a woman of tradition. She was raised to worship the idols. At first, she was afraid. She was afraid of the unknown. She was afraid to abandon the old ways. But Eli's faith was contagious. His love for this new God was evident. Eli and Miriam talked late into the night. They talked about the scroll. They talked about their hopes. They talked about their fears. As the night went on, Miriam felt a change. She felt a peace she had never known. The words of the scroll resonated deep within her. Maybe Eli was right. Section 5. Seeds of Faith. Eli and Miriam decided to share what they had found. They invited their neighbors to their home. They shared the words of the scroll. They spoke about the one true God. They spoke about his love. They spoke about his forgiveness. Some villagers scoffed. They clung tightly to their idols. They didn't want to hear about a new God. Others listened with open hearts. They saw the genuine faith in Eli's eyes. They felt the hope in Miriam's voice. Seeds of doubt were planted that night. Seeds of faith were planted too. Section 6. Acts of love. Eli didn't force his beliefs on anyone. He knew that true faith came from the heart. He continued to live his life as an example. He helped his neighbors. He shared his meager possessions. He offered a kind word and a helping hand. Eli's actions spoke louder than words. He showed his faith through his deeds. He showed compassion. He showed forgiveness. He showed love. Slowly, people began to notice. They began to wonder about the source of Eli's strength. They began to see the difference in his life. Section 7. The Storm and the Savior. One year, a terrible storm struck the village. The winds howled, the rains poured. The villagers were terrified. They prayed to their idols. But the storm raged on. It seemed like the end had come. Eli prayed to the one true God. He prayed for protection. He prayed for strength. As the storm raged around them, something incredible happened. The wind died down. The rain stopped. A sense of peace settled over the village. The villagers were astonished. Their idols had failed them, but Eli's God had answered his prayer. Section 8. A village transformed. The storm was a turning point. People began to question their old beliefs. They saw the power of Eli's God. They wanted that same peace. They wanted that same protection. One by one, they turned away from their idols. The village was transformed. It wasn't a sudden change. It was a gradual awakening. The people began to help each other. They shared their burdens. They offered forgiveness. They found joy in their faith. The village was no longer a place of dust and despair. It was a place of hope and love. Section 9. Echoes of Faith. Eli's faith had touched the entire village. He never sought recognition. He never sought praise. He simply lived his life according to his beliefs. He showed them the way. The story of Eli and the village became a legend. It was passed down from generation to generation. It was a reminder that one person's faith can make a difference. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Section 10. The Living God. The idols of wood and stone remained, but they were just that, objects. They held no power. The villagers now understood. They had found something real. They had found a God who loved them. They had found a God who heard their prayers. They had found a God who offered them salvation. Their faith was not a set of rules. It was a way of life. It was a commitment to love God and love one another. The village was forever changed. It was a testament to the power of faith. It was a testament to the power of the living God.